Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. We're getting close to Valentine's Day, so I thought we would maybe do a little bit of heart opening inside of our practice this evening, or whenever you're tuning in. So we're going to start laying down. I'd like you to take your yoga blanket or a beach towel or your bath towel and roll it up so it looks like this little bolster. So as you roll and you're going to lay it on your mat. You're going to leave enough room, right, for your head. And and some space here, right, between your back and the blanket, the bolster, because you don't want to have that kind of in the small of your back, right? And just roll on down and let the spine sort of find its way onto the blanket. Take your hands up and grab the sides and lift up the bottom of or the top of the towel, the blanket, and just roll it. So you have a nice little ledge for your neck. Feel really good. And then once you're here, you're going to automatically start to feel the chest begin to open. And then you have some decisions to make with the legs, right? You can let the feet come to the outside edges of the mat with the knees falling in towards one another. Or perhaps you might explore that Baddha Konasana, right? The Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together and the knees rolling away. A little bit more of a hip opener. So take your pick. And I want you to be happy in this position because we're going to be here for a few minutes, just settling in, getting acquainted with the mat, with where we are right now, right? Letting whatever's happened before this moment sort of wash away or fall away with the breath. So as you know, if you've been following along, these Thursday nights, I've been taking some readings from Brendan Burchard's The Motivation Manifesto. And in this section of the book, right, he talks about the roles that we play and that we show up in our lives as one of these 6 roles, whether it be an observer, director, guardian, warrior, lover, and leader. And we've talked about the observer and the director and the guardian. And tonight should be warrior, but since, again, we're close to Valentine's Day, I'm going to skip warrior and come back to that next week. And let's talk a little bit about what it means to be the lover. Take a nice deep breath. With each exhale, release. Just let whatever you're holding on to fall away. While on our quest, we must never forget whom we are fighting for. There are people we care for and who need us. No victory is sweet and no life fulfilling without someone to celebrate with and care for. And so let us master our role as lover. Lovers have a stunning capacity for shining attention and adoration on others. They take a vital interest in others so that they may understand them, care for them, and contribute meaningfully into their lives. They communicate from the heart and seek to enlarge the heart of those around them by giving them respect and empathy. Soften the body, soften the breath. This may be the most difficult role and responsibility to master. A relationship demands more presence, more attention, more purposefulness than any area of our lives. Yet often we cause our own disappointment, heartbreak, and separation. Think of all the wrecked relationships that could have been saved with just a few minutes worth of time, attention, and affection. Witness the father yell at his daughter without regard for her feelings or needs. Observe the wife at the table staring at her phone rather than conversing with her spouse. Recall a time a loved one needed a kind word, but you were too busy. All the darkness and sadness caused in these situations would be preventable if there were a higher focus on love. In a modern world plagued by distraction, our greatest work is becoming better lovers, recognizing and reconnecting with those who have already given us their hearts. We have to stop all the looking about and once more peer into the eyes of those we adore. We have to ask them more questions. How is their day really? What are they struggling with? What would make them feel more alive and more happy? How can we connect and care for them better? Is there a way we can demonstrate even more affection and appreciation for them? We must learn to sit down each day and think about the health and growth of our loved ones as much as we think about the growth of our careers. Are there rituals we can create to be closer, to rekindle that fire of passion, to move our lives forward together? Each of us has been fashioned from love. Our nature is love, our heart beats with it, and our spirits soar with its quickening power. Let us reconnect with our hearts and the hearts of others. Let us embody this role with such vitality and power that in the bright beam of our love, those around us are stunned and overjoyed and honored and enlivened. Beautiful words. Take another breath or two. Just enjoying being held. Enjoying this spaciousness of our heart center, the vulnerability as we allow our chest to expand. And then slowly, as you're ready, just go ahead and you can roll over to one side and then come up to a comfortable seat. If you'd like to sit on the back of that blanket to kind of lift up the sitting bone or the hips a little bit, you're welcome to do that. Feels good. Letting the knees fall away. Sitting up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top, open the mouth and exhale, let it go. Good, lift the shoulders all the way up to the ears and begin to roll them. Up, back, down and forward. Letting the arms and hands just sort of move along with the shoulders. And then taking it the other direction as you're ready. Mine have a little snap, crackle, pop going on. Maybe yours do too, I don't know. One last time, go let those shoulder blades relax down the back. Inhale nicely, deeply. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Feel the heaviness in the head and a stretch to the back of the neck. One more breath here, and then inhale, stretch the throat. Look up. Keep sitting up nice and tall. And then exhale, let's go ahead and release. As we do, bring the hands to the back of the head. So the fingers can start touching right at the back of the neck where the base of the skull is. Maybe a slight pressure here. And then inhale as we lift. I want you to draw your elbows apart. Press the fingers up and into the base of the skull. And again, look up. So we're sort of supporting and cradling the head. Maybe we can even let the gaze lift a little bit further here, knowing that our hands are supporting us, right? Again, stretching the throat. Exhale, last time, go ahead and take that chin forward. And then inhale, lifting and lengthening. And then exhale, release, let the hands float down. Left hand is gonna stay planted. That right arm is gonna reach up and then we're gonna exhale over. So we're stretching that right side body. Maybe the gaze lifts or stays center, or maybe it drops, or maybe you just sort of move it around, right? organically. Last breath here, inhale. Right arm floats down and that left arm comes all the way up. Big breath. Exhale over to the right. Again, noticing what you need. Dropping into the hip. Lengthening the side body. And then again, releasing down. Good. We're going to go ahead and interlace the fingers. Press the palms away and then reach your arms up back over the head. Take a tiny little back bend here as if we were doing a cat-cow. And then on the exhale, roll forward. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, take it up, big breath. And exhale, round. Good. Go ahead and come into that neutral spine. We'll roll onto hands and knees. Maybe take that blanket off to the side. Might need it later. Coming onto hands and knees. Again, maybe you want to take a couple of rounds of cat and cow here, or just shake the hips a little bit, looking over each shoulder, right? Anything that's organic to you, just press the earth away. And then let's come into that nice neutral spine with the belly lifted. And we'll take those right toes, press them back. So lift the belly, square off the hips, gaze is forward and down. Maybe take a couple little rocks here on the foot. And then inhale, lift that right leg up. Again, drop that right hip. We don't want to open it up yet. Take one last breath here. And then let that left arm extend forward, right? So we're in opposition to each other. Left arm, right leg. Good. Go ahead and bend the knee and then sweep that arm around. See if you can take hold of the foot. And then as you press the foot into the hand, allow the chest to open again. Lift and gaze forward. Release the foot, release the hand. Exhale, let the hand come to the earth and the knee. A little bit of rocking again, might feel good. And then go ahead and press that left leg back. So this little pulsing action, right, gets into the Achilles, little stretch for the arch of the foot. You should feel all the way up through the back of the leg, the calf muscle. And then as you're pressing the earth away, go ahead and just let that leg rise. I want you to hold here just for a breath. Feel your power. Drop those arms down. Really feel yourself rooting, but lifting at the same time. Now let that right arm float up. Tap into the breath as you bend the knee. Reach back with that right hand. Take hold of the foot. Stretch the chest, lift the gaze. Slowly take the hand forward, the leg back, and go ahead and release. This time we're going to open the knees nice and wide and set ourselves back into child's pose. Letting the hips float to the heels, arms extend forward. Nice stretch here. You can drop your forehead to the ground, or you can keep it lifted if you prefer. Excuse me. Take another breath. And let's inhale again, coming up onto hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the belly, lift the hips, find our first downward facing dog, or Mukha Svanasana. So pedal out the heels, right? Just kind of nice and slow as if we're walking, bending one knee, then the other. Finding the floor with the opposite heel. And then settling in. Find the breath, let those heels melt behind the toes. Lift the thighs, energize. On your inhale, flow forward. Find a nice strong plank, top of a push-up. If you find you have to move your hands or your feet, that's okay. Just find the pose. And then press it back into downward facing dog. Let's take a little flow here. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, pull it back. And again, inhale, flow forward, draw the shoulders back, crown of the head extends forward. Exhale, press it back. On your inhalation, look forward. Come up onto the tippy toes, bend your knees. Maybe you hop to the front of the mat, or maybe you just take a gentle walk up. Finding our way into our first forward fold, Uttanasana. Again, maybe we take a little bit deeper bend in the knees if that's what our bodies are asking of us, or maybe we just automatically straighten the legs. How about a little pressure outward, lifting the arches of the feet. Draw that chin into the chest, release the shoulders. Maybe you want to take hold of opposite elbows and just let yourself hang here. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, press yourself up to a stand. And inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Again, let's interlace the fingers here. Drop the tailbone long. Chin parallel to the floor. And then on your exhale, let the arms float out to the side as you hinge at the hips, right? In this nice wide forward fold. Bend the knees. Step the left foot back and come down onto that left knee. Inhale, rise up, find a low lunge. Arms over the head, palms facing one another. Nice deep breath in here. We'll bring those arms out into goalpost arms, right? So we're bending into the elbows. Palms are going to face forward. Here's our inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. So we're opening the chest as we're twisting. Inhale, center. Again, twist. And center one last time. And center. Keeping the arms where they are. Go ahead and drop that, drop into that hip. But try to keep that left hip moving forward, right? So a little stretch for that left quadricep muscle. Open the chest, lift and gaze up. On your exhale, let those hands float to the floor. Go ahead and tuck the back toes under and step that right foot back to meet the left in downward facing dog. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale onto the knees. Bring your chest and chin to the floor, or just go ahead and roll all the way down. On your inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Exhale, release the forehead to the floor, tuck the toes, press your table or plank, and back into downward facing dog. Nice full deep breaths. On your next breath, I want you to step your right foot between your hands, drop into that left hip. So we're finding a little runner's lunge here. That left hand is going to plant next to the right foot. The right hand's going to come to the right knee. And we're going to take a twist to the right. Inhale, reach that right arm to the sky, or stretch it over the head in a rotation. So it's an inward rotation, the palm facing down. Release the right hand to the floor. Step the left foot up to meet the right standing forward fold. On your inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, bend the knees, hands to the thighs, and rise all the way to stand. Inhale, stretch the arms up and over the head. Interlace the fingers and press up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Bend the knees. It's time we're going to step the right foot back, come down onto the right knee, and rise up into our low lunge on the other side. Draw that right hip forward. Find those goalpost arms. Here's our inhale. Exhale, twist. Let's do that 3 times. Really work at finding the breath, matching the motion all the way through. Good. Slowly letting that hip sink. Nice full deep breaths here. And then going ahead, releasing the hand to the floor. Right hand next to left foot. Left hand comes to the knee and we twist to the left. Letting that arm reach up. And slowly coming back through center. Coming up off of that right knee. Step the left foot back to meet the right downward facing dog. Inhale, flow forward into plank. Exhale your way. If you're ready to do a chaturanga, you're welcome. Anything goes. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Find the breath, steady the breath. Let the left foot step between the hands, drop into that right hip for a runner's lunge, reach the crown of the head forward. Press back through that right heel. And let's go ahead and we're gonna take that twist to the left. Let that arm sweep up. Maybe it comes overhead. Last breath here, good. Release the hand. Let's go ahead and step that right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, take it halfway. Exhale, release. This time, bend the knees and find chair in Utkatasana. Arms extend up and over the head. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze the knees together. We're gonna do a little skier's pose here. So as we sink down, let's go ahead and reach those arms back, and maybe you can extend the chest a little bit more forward and down here. Inhale, reach up. Try to keep those legs nice and neutral. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. This time as you take it back, see if you can clasp your hands behind the back. As you straighten the legs, find your forward fold. Take the arms up and over the head. Nice. Release the hands, bend the knees, bring the hands onto the thighs. Stand all the way up. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace the fingers. Press them up towards the sky, shoulder blades melting down. On your exhalation, go ahead and fold over the legs. Bend the knees, step that left foot back. We're gonna come down onto that knee again. And inhale. Let's find our lunge here. So as we hinge forward, we're gonna take that chest forward. We're gonna take those arms back, just like we did. And then inhale, lift. Exhale back. So we're just doing some nice up and down sweeping motion. You can even open up the arms on that inhale. Last one. Nice. On your exhale, keep those arms back, tuck the back toes under. Now see if you can't lift yourself up into a lunge. Now comes the hard part, right? We're gonna inhale, take those arms up again, lightning bolt. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the floor. Step your right foot back to meet the left in downward facing dog. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale your way. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra. And let the exhale pull you back to downward dog. Finding love for self, love for others. Opening the heart. Letting love flow through us like a river. On your inhalation, look forward, make your way to the top of the mat. You can walk or jump. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, bend the knees, hands to the thighs, roll up. Inhale, arms up, interlace the fingers, press. And exhale, swan dive over the legs, bend the knees, step the right foot back. Coming down onto that right knee, finding our low lunge. Hinge forward at the hips. Let those fingers reach forward. Take them back on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep it up and open. One more. On your exhale, as you reach back, tuck those back toes, lift that back leg. Take those arms up over the ears, next to the ears. Square off those hips, belly lifts. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let that left foot sit back to meet the right, downward dog. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, flow again, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Let's bring the knees to the floor. We're going to kick that right foot off the mat and step on the left foot. We're going to press down into that right hand, take that left arm up, and maybe over the head. Maybe you lift that leg. Bend the knee. I want you to reach that arm back. Again, find the foot, open the chest. Little arch in the spine. Release the foot. Take that arm back over one more time. Nice. And then go ahead and bring that hand down, the knee down. A little sashay of the hips back and forth. And we'll take it to the other side. Knee on the mat on that left side. Step onto the right foot. Inhale, arm up and over the head. And then over the ear, if possible. Press into the earth with that left hand. And lift the right leg. Little balance challenge. Bend the knee, reach back. And then see if you can't press the foot into the hand line. That chest open again here. Release the foot. Let the arm extend one more time. And then let the hand and the knee float. Good. Take the knees, take the hips to the heels. And again, fall into a child's pose. Full deep breaths in and out. Good. Coming back up into table. Let's go ahead and tuck those toes under. Again, find downward dog. This time we're going to step onto that left foot. Inhale, reach that right leg up, and then I want you to stack your hips. So right hip on top of the left, bend the knee. Lift the knee as high as you can. Maybe you can peek under that left arm, see that foot. Nice full stretch here. Press forward with your hands. Good. Square off the hips. Press that foot into the wall behind you. And then step forward with that right foot. Awesome. We're going to bring the hands inside the right foot. Come down onto the left toes and walk our way to the long edge of the mat. So turn those right toes in. Now we're facing that long edge of the mat. Bend deeply into that right knee. Little skandasana side to side. Moving left and right. Keep your hands on the floor. Next time around, we're going to lift them up. Just checking out how those hips are feeling, right? Giving them a little love, nice and slow. Maybe this next round, we lift the toes up. Yeah? Just noticing how this stretch might feel a little bit different. One more. Coming back through center. Good. Let's go ahead and bring those hands out in front of the face. We're going to heel toe those feet in, so we're closing down our stance a little bit for a wide-legged forward fold. Release the head. On your inhalation, see if you can't lengthen the spine. So we're looking at the floor in front of us, yeah? Last breath here. Exhale, slowly release, bend the knees. Maybe you take the hands onto the thighs and stand all the way up. So we're standing up, our legs are wide. Turn those toes out. Inhale, reach those arms up and over the head for a 5-pointed star. Hold here for a minute while I get Chewbacca. Come on, Chewie. And then exhale, drop the knees, drop the arms. So we're in our like a little horse position here, right, with our goalpost arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, nice, beautiful stretch here. Exhale, one more time. Nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Let's see if we can't swan dive back over those legs and find that nice flat back. Slowly exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, and I want you to try and walk those feet back out. So we're into that wide leg position again. Bend into that left knee, bring the hands over to the left side. I want you to take that left hand inside that left thigh, press, or that left shin and press on it, right? Little opposition here. And then inhale, stretch your right arm up, look up. Slowly release. Good, bending into that right knee, walk it to the other side. Take the arm inside the leg, straightening that left leg, and as you're ready, peel that left arm up and open. Gaze is lifted. And exhale, release. Walk it back to center. Good. Now maybe we have to turn our heels and toes in a little bit to shorten our stance. Bend into the knees, and I want you to take your right hand to the inside, or the left hand to the inside of the left leg, and the right hand to the inside of the right. And then I want you to press the knees away and stretch that chest forward. Just noticing how that feels, yeah? Lifting the belly. Maybe you can bend a little bit deeper. Maybe you can slowly release your arms like you're flying. And then maybe you can even start to shift back and forth. These are all maybes, guys. Nice. Slowly bring the hands back to the knees. Bring them back to the earth. So we want to move slowly, right? So we don't hurt ourselves. Heel, toe your feet in. Again, bending into the knees, hands on the thighs. Rise up to stand. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, arms out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower one more time. Exhale, take it down. Good, let's go ahead and just release, stand up, hands come to the hips, and then bring the feet together. Close the eyes, you can let the arms fall alongside the body, or if it feels better, bring them to heart center. Prayer position. Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. As you open the eyes, inhale. Let those arms sweep up, interlace the fingers. Press the earth away, right? We've been here before. And then exhale, swan dive over the legs. Find your standing forward fold. Bend into the knees. We're going to step that left foot back and come down onto that heel. We're going to drop down as far as we can into that right knee. And again, we're going to bring that right hand next to that right foot. We're going to open up the chest here. So we're going to sort of sexy roll that left shoulder open. Yeah? So we're coming into like a side angle from the floor. Opening up the chest. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you play with the hands. Some of you may want to try a bind, which would simply be to wrap your left arm around. If you'd like, you can even just explore putting your hand inside that crease, right? Maybe that right hand releases and you take it back behind you. As you breathe, slowly start to release. Go ahead and unwind yourself. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Step that left foot back to meet, right foot back to meet the left, downward dog. Again, take a vinyasa of your choice. Chest, chin, or chaturanga. I keep forgetting I have this broken toe. And every once in a while I do the wrong move. And it makes me unhappy. I need to love on my toe, it's broken. Beautiful, look forward, make your way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, stretch that chest forward. And exhale, release, bend the knees, press yourself to stand. Arms, inhale, reach up. Interlace the fingers, press the earth away. Oh, stretch out that spine, open that chest up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Bend the knees, step your right foot back. Again, coming down onto that right heel, nice and wide, bend into that left knee. Left hand comes to the inside of the foot. And just explore, right? Explore here. How does that feel? Can you drop that hip underneath you? Rotate that chest open to the right. What feels best for your arm placement tonight? Maybe it's not a bind. Maybe this side feels a lot different than the other side. Slowly begin to bring yourself back around. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Let's step that left foot next to the right. Nice full deep breaths. We're going to keep that right foot planted. Lift the left leg high. Stack the hips, open up. I want you to look back at the foot underneath your right armpit. Beautiful. Go ahead and press the earth away. Press that heel into the wall behind you. Step the left foot between your hands, followed by the right, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep yourself up, find Sharya, Utkatasana. Squeeze everything together, the heels, the knees, the thighs. Drop down into your seat, right? Lift through the chest. Draw that belly in and up. And then inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, arms float down. Close the eyes. Imagine this beautiful white light just emanating from your heart center, filling your body and filling the space around you, expanding out to your loved ones, your circle of influence. Your presence, your love, filling all the people in your life. Last breath. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Bend the knees. Let's take it back to a plank pose. Hold your plank and we're going to drop it. We're going to take a side plank here. So if you need to drop your right knee to do that and do a modified, feel free. If you don't need to do that, I want you to just roll onto the outside edge of the right foot, stack the left, and then reach and extend your left arm up. Again, we're working on tucking our hips underneath us, right? You can stay here. Maybe you can play with reaching that leg up, floating it up. Exhale, slowly release, come back through center. Hold. This is some strength building, yeah? Over to the other side. Again, trying to draw that hip up underneath the body. Press the earth away, right arm extends up. Maybe overhead. Maybe you lift that top leg. So all these stages are kramas, guys, right? They're all maybes. Coming back through center, find your plank. Come down onto the knees and release into child's pose. So that's why I give you options. Only you know where to meet yourself at any given practice, right? Just because you do something one day doesn't mean it's the right thing for you to do the next. So I really want you to love yourself and honor yourself in your practice. And if you're wanting more, do more. If you need to do less and step back, do that too. Right? There's no right or wrong. There's no perfect practice. The perfect practice is when you honor your body. Couple more breaths. Enjoying this relaxation in child's pose. And as you're ready, I want you to slowly wiggle your way forward, coming onto your belly. So we're going to find a Sphinx tonight, but before we do, I just want you to take a minute here. Take your favorite cheek to the mat. Let your arms come alongside the body with the palms face up. And just feel how the top of the body or the front of the body just melts down into the earth. Imagine the earth just giving you a great big hug. And you can lift your head and bring it to the opposite side. I truly believe we're all fashioned in love, out of love. And if we can learn to look at each other through the eyes of love, we can avoid so much badness in this world. As you come back through center, I want you to find your way up onto your forearms, right? Just kind of like you're hanging at the beach. Let your feet float a little bit wider apart. And I want you to press your pubic bone down into the mat. And then I want you to see if you can begin to pull your navel away from the floor. So as you lift and pull it away, you can already feel a little bit of glute work happening, right? A little bit more happening in the core. And then I want you to notice what's happening in the shoulders, right? For many of us, our shoulders may be rounding forward. So maybe you need to bring your arms wider, right? Maybe they can stay straight ahead. It's completely up to you. But as you do this, I want you to stretch your chest, lift your chest, and bring your chin parallel to the floor. So we're drawing those shoulder blades back and down, right? Like that Sphinx in Egypt. You can close your eyes if you like, or you can just let your gaze soften forward. But let this be the work. It's hard work. I want you to see what happens if you traction your hands forward. Press forward. Draw the shoulders back. Do you come up maybe just another half an inch? And just for an experiment, what happens if you traction your hands back? What happens to the body then? What muscle groups are working then? Where did you fall offline if you did? What's happening in the shoulder girdle? Keep that belly engaged. Take another breath here, nice. And then slowly, I want you to go ahead and stack your forearms and then let your forehead rest. We're going to take that again. And we're going to see if we can't lift up a little bit higher. If you know you've got some back problems, this is a mid-back stretch, then keep it low, right? Or you can try, but just be tender. So finding ways to get into that thoracic spine can be a little bit tricky. All right, slowly let's work our way back up. Now again, for some of you, we may want to lift those hands, take them all the way out to the sides, maybe even off the mat. The elbows are underneath the shoulders, right? Do the same actions again. Lift the chest, draw that belly in. Maybe now we start to rise up. Arms are straight. Soften the gaze, soften. Any places where you feel you're holding tension. Last breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. Nice, go ahead and stack those forearms again. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. And just let those feet sort of windshield wiper back and forth. And as you're ready, let them float down to the earth. Bring those hands up underneath the shoulders and press yourself up into a table. Take a minute here, maybe do some barrel rolls or cat-cow. Pull that spine, belly into the spine around. Might feel good as a nice counter. And we're going to come up onto our knees. So we're going to do a little Ustrasana camel. Again, you may want your blanket for this to put underneath your knees if you're a little happier with something soft. Yeah. Let our knees be about hips width distance apart. We're going to bring the heels of the hands to our sacrum. Now you notice I turn my toes under. You can keep them flat. Heels up just brings them a little bit closer to you. Right, so we're just going to start here with a very easy krama, a little easy stage. We're going to let the hands press us forward. So as we're pressing our thighs forward, right, we're allowing those shoulder blades to work back. We can begin to stretch the front of the neck, lift the gaze. And you can stay right here, right? Just taking it nice and slow and easy in this beginning stage of camel or Ustrasana. And then inhale, come upright, take a moment. So you're welcome to take that again if you feel like that was enough. Or if you'd like to take it further, right? As we begin to draw forward, we can let those arms float down to the inside of the feet. Or some of you may just want to stretch one arm up, then the other arm, right? Just sort of exploring this idea of this back bend, yeah? There's no right or wrong, guys. Right? For some of you, you can automatically reach back, hands come to the inside of the heels and the chest opens. Any way you want to do it. Take another breath or two, just exploring your version of Camel Ustrasana. And then as you're ready, I slowly want you to come out of the pose. Bring those hips down to the heels. Let the hands just rest in the lap and close the eyes. Little seated meditation. Find the breath. Take some gentle inhales and gentle exhales. Soften the face, shoulders, throat. Soften the belly. Open the heart. Opening the eyes. Let's go ahead and come forward again. You can move that blanket off if you used it. And we're gonna make our way onto one hip and bring those feet out in front of us. Toes pointing upward, right? Sit nice and tall. Let's inhale, reach those arms up and over the head. Again, interlace the fingers, press. Just stay here for a moment. Feel that energy. And then exhale, you can let those arms float down. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, start to hinge forward for Paschimottanasana. And again, guys, it's not a contest for how far down we can go, right? It's that action in the hip flexors. That's what we're looking for, right? Nice flat spine. Crown of the head reaching long, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale, let's sit up. Good. We're going to bend the knees and find our way down to the floor. Take your blocks along with you. Tonight we'll do a supported bridge. So taking your blocks, lift up, and I want you to place them one on top of the other, right? Whatever position you feel is comfortable for you. Walk those shoulder blades under the body. Feel how beautiful that chest can open. I want you to imagine that the chest is looking towards the chin, not the other way. So really try not to close down the throat. Press down into the arms. Even though we're supported, it's active, right? We're not just hanging loose here. Good. Let's go ahead and lift up slightly. See if we can't take one block out. And then we find our sacrum resting on one block. If you would like to take a headstand or a shoulder stand tonight, feel free to do that on your own. I'm going to demonstrate Viparita Karani, just letting the legs reach up. So finding that neutral position with the legs, let the toes touch, a little space in the heels. Again, let this be active, right? So we're pressing down into the earth with the arms. Letting our legs be lifted is so healing. That's a great thing to do, even if you're not practicing yoga. Slowly let those feet come to the earth. Lift up and take that block out. Let the spine settle for a breath or two. And pull both knees into the chest. I want you to take hold of the right knee and let the left leg grow long. Keep pulling that right knee towards you. And then as you're ready, cross the right knee over the left, finding a twist. Let that right arm open up. Maybe you gaze over to the right. Slowly take that leg back through center. Bring both knees back into the chest. This time maybe you exhale and draw the forehead up to the knees. And exhale, release back down. Arms around the left knee as the right leg extends. Slowly cross that right leg over the left leg, over the right. And look over that left shoulder for a spinal twist. As you're ready, again, coming back through center. Nice. And then we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So again, I invite you to grab that blanket. Make that nice roll. Nice little heart opening Shavasana tonight. As you lay back, open the legs nice and wide. Right? Those arms flow out. Take a deep, full breath in, open the mouth and exhale, let it go. And just rest here. Feeling that warm, white light coming from that heart center, moving all through the body. Maybe even letting those loved ones in your life flow through your mind one at a time, sending them love and sending them light. Slowly, as you're ready, begin to bring your attention back to the room. Noticing the breath, feeling the rise and fall of the chest, the belly. Making some small movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Bending the knees and taking the soles of the feet to the floor. You can stay on your back if you like. Or you can roll to your right side if it's the evening, to the left if it's the morning. Or if you're just starting something, you want to be energized. And as you're ready, finding your way back upright to a comfortable seat. On your inhalation, reach your arms up. On the exhale, cross the arms in front of the chest. Reach your fingers around the back and draw the chin into the chest like you're giving yourself a great big hug. And letting the arms come back down. And fall to the chest in prayer. And I'll close by saying namaste. And light in these seas recognizes and honors that same light in you. Thank you so much for practicing. And I'll see you back here again. Please share the Karuna Yoga Charleston YouTube page with friends. It'd be fun to get some more followers. I'm having fun with this. Thank you.